I'm in the game to win some. She didn't want to roll with me until she seen a friend.
Alright, what's up everybody? Once again, this is your boy Retro Gamer coming at you. Piggybacking off the discussion I made on the last video about talking about the Xbox One and why you should get an Xbox One. Now this video is going to be talking about why all the Sony fans, Sony fanboys who are one-sided thinkers fail on all their arguments when it comes to the Xbox One. Now before I get started in this video, I want to say that if you really get butthurt about an opinion over a piece of hardware, this is not the video for you. If you're going to get butthurt and cry because your heart and soul is attached to a piece of machinery or a piece of hardware, then I wouldn't even listen to the rest of this video. Now, I want to get into the first argument about why Sony fans fail when it comes to bashing the Xbox One. The first reason is most Sony fans use price as an excuse not to get the Xbox One because it's $399. But when honestly, before E3, no one knew that the PlayStation 4 would be so cheap in price. Not cheap in terms of hardware and software, but cheap in price. Now, myself and others thought the price for both consoles would be around $599. Mainly because of the technology of both the hardware and the software being used. Now, with that being said, most of you people were prepared to spend around $600 for a console. I'm not going to say all of you because I know times is hard and money doesn't grow on trees like that. But now that the Xbox One is $499 and the PS4 is $399, y'all use that as a reason to justify why you should get the PS4. Oh, it's $100 cheaper. It's only $399. But I guarantee you, going into it, you guys were expected to shell around $600 anyway. So, yeah. So either way, you were going to spend around that amount of money until you heard that the PS4 was going to be around that amount of money. Yeah, people say that the PS4 exclusives will be better than the Xbox One exclusives. And how can you really make an argument saying that when we don't even know what the Xbox One exclusive games are going to be like? One, because it hasn't even came out yet. And two, as for these Xbox One titles that we've never seen before, we don't know if they're going to be extremely amazing, extremely bad, or in the middle. We don't know because all we've seen is a trailer, a preview, a little gameplay. But you can't say the Xbox exclusives are going to be bad because we haven't seen anything yet. Now, some of the launch titles for the PS4, we at least know what they're about. Infamous, Killzone. We know a little bit about what it may be about because those are titles that were previously on the PS3. So you can't, my point is this, you can't say Sony exclusives will be better than the Xbox One exclusive just because you think the console itself as a whole is superior to the Xbox One console. Just because the hardware is superior, you may think that it's superior to the Xbox One, does not mean that the games will be better. So my point is, wait until these games come out for both systems actually, and then it's fair argument to debate about that. So another point, which is my favorite one, is people say that the PS4 is superior because the hardware is superior. Now, somebody said that on the last video. I can't remember who it was, but last time I checked, hardware alone does not make a console better. Now, it does help your argument a little bit because you always want the supreme hardware, you want the best hardware, the best technology out there. But there are other factors that go into the complete console, such as games, how user friendly it is, and the features that it offers on the console. You throw that all together, and then you can say why a console is superior. But hardware alone, you can't say that. And you can't say something is superior and the consoles haven't even hit the retail stores yet. So you haven't even physically played a PS4 or Xbox One to even say that a PS4 is better than the Xbox One, and vice versa. You can't say Xbox One is superior to a PS4. All we hear about is the specs. But specs alone does not make a console superior. And even at the end of the day, it's still debatable. Everybody's going to have their own opinion, so there's not a right or wrong answer here. Now, my last point about why Sony fans fail, they still want to talk about this whole flip-flop with Microsoft on their policies. Now, one, that's over with. The decision was made to change the DRM policies, And yet for some reason people still talk about it as if the DRM is still on there as a restriction. Now my thing about Microsoft as it stands now is that Microsoft is what it is now. It's past the DRM restrictions. I don't talk about past policies. I truly believe honestly that for PlayStation it strokes their ego, the ego of a Sony fanboy, to dwell on the past issues of an Xbox instead of focusing on how Xbox One is going to be better, or how Xbox One is going to be without the restrictions. People want to focus on, oh yeah, they had DRM restrictions and now they flip-flop. They can't make up their mind. At the end of the day, it's going to leave a bad taste. And look, the policy is over with. Let's focus on now with the fact that you can play used games, no check-in, and you don't have to be connected online. How is that going to fare with the Xbox One down the line? The policy, DRM policies are over as we speak. Now, for some reason, if they arise back into the equation, then it's fair to talk about those policies once again. Now, it's fair game when you don't hear me talking about the PS3 firmware issues or how their conference didn't show me any games. You know, I don't want to get too carried away, but their conference didn't show me anything. So I don't talk about that anymore because the conference is over. So let's focus on what we have in the now. Now, on a side note, about after doing some DRM research, I actually think the idea was actually a good idea. I mean, it was pretty innovative, and down the long run, it would have been different, something new that, you know, I think would have benefited Microsoft. I think Microsoft only changed the DRM policies because it wasn't beneficial to their wallets. I mean, the money wasn't going in their back pockets. So at the end of the day, a lot of people was complaining about it. Like I said, at the end of the day, I'm going to get an Xbox One, but you know, people were complaining about it, so they had to change it. Anyway, whether you support or disagree with my opinion, leave your thoughts below. And remember, it's just an opinion. Do not get butthurt about some hardware. Like I said, I'm only explaining why, in my point of view, Sony fanboys fail. Obviously, I know there are a lot of Microsoft fanboys out there who use that same logic when it comes to the PS4, and you know, that doesn't justify them being right because I didn't talk about them. But I'm just talking about, as a fan of Microsoft and a fan of the Xbox, I'm explaining why I hear Sony fans fail. At the end of the day, I'm going to get both systems regardless, but what people try to justify why you should get a PS4 because it's superior, it's cheaper, I've already explained those reasons why those reasons fail. So you know, leave your opinions in the description, in the comment section below, and let me know what you think. This your boy Retro. I'm out. Remember, guys, to like my Facebook page, the Retro Recap. As you can see here, the link will be in the description. I already have 44 likes on this page, and what this page will basically do for you guys is give you all the updates about when I'm going to upload a new video, when I'm going to be posting new videos in the future, and just some polls and questionnaires for you guys to answer. So yeah, don't forget to like my Facebook page. Has some interesting stuff on there. Once again, thanks guys.